Schiller, Schiller, ba, ba, ba.
Greetings, sire. The desert awaits you.
Greetings, sires, milords and miladies, and welcome back to another stream of Stronghold Crusader and Stronghold 1. As part of our historical order run, we're gonna continue with the historical and military campaign of Crusader and Stronghold 1 respectively. And yeah, do a bit of a late night stream on a Saturday here. And yeah, we will carry on with the year 1150 CE, and we are going to head to Jerusalem. At least, you know, Stronghold's version of Jerusalem. And yeah, we're gonna replay an assault that has happened around the time, I guess. Maybe not in the exact same year, but I think in 1148 it did. Also, welcome in, Oliver. First, indeed. How's it going? Hope you're having a nice weekend so far. Also, thank you for a follow and welcome in. Hello there, Absolution. Welcome in as well. How are you doing today? Hey, Veshila. Welcome in, dude. It's going very good, thank you. How was the rest of GTA? But yeah, I've been having, you know, a decent day. Apart from the, you know, football loss. It was kind of painful to watch. But yeah, I had a good day otherwise, though. Hello, the Aura. Welcome in, Citizen. Crazy Saturday night for me. Yeah, it doesn't happen very often. I was actually thinking about streaming this afternoon, but after my team lost, I wasn't really in the mood. So instead I took the doggo out for a nice long walk in the forest. By the end, both of us were kind of knackered. Exactly, Oliver. Strong Crusader getting lit. I mean, the music is amazing in this game. I mean, only like the main menu like track. I could definitely just listen to this outside of this game. Just chilling Absolution. Sounds good. Sounds like a nice weekend. It was good you got into the mind-blowing part. Very nice, Schiller. Yeah, but also focusing a bit more on the paparazzi missions today too, didn't you? I think I saw you play a few of them. Football kick to the plums, pretty much. Yeah, so first my team got kicked out of the German kind of like National Cup, I guess, like the tournament. That is like independent from like individual tiers. In like a really unlucky game, I guess, or really unfortunate game. Where we had to play with one person less for like 100 minutes. And we had to also play like, you know, in a different stadium, so we had to like travel there. And now like a few days later we had to do the same thing. And yeah, it's definitely no excuse for the kind of like performance, you know, that they delivered, because it didn't necessarily have anything to do with constitution and more with like decision making and stuff. But yeah, had like a really good start. They did like the goal in the 5th minute, and then just gave the whole like control to the enemy. So that was quite frustrating to watch, especially since they were like the favorite. You try to do all the stranger and freak missions. Nice. It's definitely good in Rockstar games to focus at least on like the major side missions. They're really add like you know, more to the cast, I guess, and sometimes they might even be like connected to like one of the actual main story cast members. Also like nice to spice things up a bit. Do something that isn't like directly related to the main. Reminds you a bit of Prince of Persia. That's true. Yeah, so Stronghold 1 had a very like classic medieval type of vibe, I guess. But with Crusader, they really played around a lot more with like Arabian music, composition styles and rhythms. And it's still done by the same guy actually. But yeah, I think they did a great job. They're relatively short soundtracks, I think it's only like 10 tracks or roughly per game. But they're really good, and I never grow tired of them, even though you hear them like so often in the games. But yeah, definitely good background music. You got the same Prince of Persia that Rod played today, but yeah, you feel you. It was cool to watch Rod play Warrior Within. I did play that a couple years back and I really enjoyed it. But I would say that game map is like a disgrace to the navigation. It's still the only game that I ever streamed where I did like an entire stream and I made like exactly 0 progress in the game. At least if you consider like getting to the next like main story point progress. Because for the life of me I couldn't figure out where I had to go, which time I had to be in, and when I had to trigger it. And I refused to like look up any guides. And yeah, it was super annoying to navigate. Safe to say the next stream went much better, but yeah. That game map really didn't help like in the navigating aspect. If you ever saw that today in Rod's stream. Or today is going to be a day of napping and then playthrough number 3 of Velgard because you're a loser. It's so fun, despite all the heavy flaws. Hey, as long as you're having a great time, it doesn't matter if it, you know, has flaws or anything. You know, I could spend tons of time on Unity and just keep on playing it and being well aware of like all the issues that the game has and, you know, still have a great time. So for the third playthrough, I'm going for like a particular class or style. Sounds like a nice chill devo, some naps. I would have definitely napped today as well, but I just can't nap during the day. It just always fucks up my kind of like, I don't know, like sleep-wake rhythm. There are 2 crew members you want to get, one driver, but the Trevor can pick later. And Pecky, you already have McCrory unlocked. Hell yeah, dude. It's really cool they included Pecky as a reference to GTA 4. One of the Irish brothers that you do the infamous bank heist with. That mission GTA 4 just kept on going and going. But it was just as iconic as like a really good movie heist, I think. Before like a cutscene, you know, inside the facility. Hey, Stanley, welcome in. Look, Age of Empire. Pretty much. I mean, yeah, the similarities are definitely striking. But yeah, I definitely want to play Age of Empires at some point too. I didn't include it in the historic order run because it tends to cover like many different civilizations and like very broad spans of years. But I definitely want to revisit especially Age of Empires 1, which I used to play as a kid. Beware of assassins in that outfit. Yeah, the cool thing is you actually have assassins in the game that you can recruit or play against. They are actually invisible to the enemies until they get in a certain range. They can also scale wards that can open up the gates from within, so you don't have to destroy them. They also deal lots of damage, but they're glass cannons, so they will also die very quickly. But yeah, they can be quite effective if you use them strategically, like only using like one and like sending them to the other base to open the gate for you that's like undefended. Or even just to like fuck up the radius of how far they can build stuff. I used to do that against my sister actually in one of the LAN parties that we did. Where I just sent like a single assassin to her outside wards, very close to like where she wanted to build like food production. And she just couldn't build her stronghold further in that direction or like build anything there, and she wasn't figuring out why that is. Because she didn't see my assassin there. Because if an enemy is in close range, then it can't build stuff there. So you can't like, you know, lock enemies within wards or whatever. And yeah, safe to say she rage quitted hard. Because she couldn't figure out what was happening. Just became like super angry that the game is like sabotaging her. And I was like in the other room just chuckling. But yeah, good memories playing the assassins in this game for sure. But yeah, fun fact, this game is actually the reason I even became interested in Assassin's Creed 1 in the first place. But also, of course, like having movies at the time that depicted the setting. The game itself was well done, but the writing is atrocious. Fair. I mean, if you can overlook the writing, I guess, and just have fun with the gameplay. That's how I feel about Odyssey pretty much. I mean, there's plenty to criticize about Odyssey's gameplay from an Assassin's Creed perspective, but if you just look at it for what it is, you know, it's actually quite fun and solid, I think. But yeah, definitely can't get along with the writing. So that's my Velgard, I guess. Only I might not enjoy the gameplay quite as much as you do enjoy Velgard, maybe. You're doing a Grey Warden Mage run. One of the backgrounds you can choose. You've so far completed Shadow Dragon Mage and Morn Watch Rogue. Interesting. So Mage. I do like lots of summoning and using spells and stuff. Can it be like a fire mage or something? Yeah, basically you just send a tons of EVs to the enemy wards. All of like, you know, First Civilization DNA, clearly. The CC is really good too. You just constantly love making new people. In Dragon Age Inquisition, rogues can also go invisible, which is great for you, but terribly when the enemies use it. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, that's the assassins in a nutshell here. They can really surprise you bad. And if I send like a couple dozen to your lord, you know, then Gotta be well prepared and well defended for that moment, otherwise they can cut you down in like seconds. Also FaceTimed your brother for a little while this morning, which was really nice. That's really nice, Aura. It's good when you have, you know, some contact to your loved ones. Especially if it's maybe been a while. Are you guys gonna see each other for Christmas? I mean, that sounds good. I love the combat in God of War 2018. It was quite difficult at times, I would say, like in the boss fights especially. But also getting some of the combos kind of stacked together. It'd be quite a learning curve, I guess, to really remember like all the button combinations. But I quite liked it. I really had fun with it, going for the platinum after I finished my playthrough. And just doing these like elite trials and stuff, like in House of Fire Emblem Court again. Yeah, drawing a blank here. You wish you had a brother, Oliver? Fair enough. Do you have like any siblings? Yes, I have a brother and I have 2 sisters. So I have plenty of siblings growing up. But yeah, I would wanna miss my brother, that's for sure. We were always quite close. You can definitely be a fire mage, a frost mage, a lightning mage, or a necrotic mage. That sounds cool. I wouldn't mind going for a necrotic mage. Just raise the dead. Oh yeah, I got Chora. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like living in different states in the USA. That's like living in different countries here. Yeah, I mean, I might look into Velgat. It does look quite nice, like from the visuals that I've seen and from a little gameplay. I wasn't like too stoked about it when I saw the initial trailers for it. But yeah, I'm definitely open to like, you know, check out the gameplay. I reckon if I would go into that series, I might play some earlier ones first. Because I'm not too sure, like, playing like later releases and going back to the earlier ones, it might give you a certain bias maybe, or like kind of like maybe expect certain mechanics to be there and then you miss them. Muspelheim, I am. Thank you, Aura. Did you, Aura? I think it was mentioned once, like ages ago. I usually try to avoid naming like any real life names of people that I know, or myself. But I guess I must have been very trusting at that moment when I said it. But only like cool people were in chat. Because I never know who's listening. You have 4 sisters or younger than you? Oh damn. So the older brother to 4 sisters. That's definitely a challenge, I would imagine. So I'm like the youngest of, you know, 4 children. So I never had like a younger sibling or anything. Also, Kisu. Thank you so much for the raid. And welcome in, raiders. How's it going? Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you guys had a nice stream. How did it go?
High precision gerecht.
High precision Gere? And what did you play? Let me actually give you a shout out. Oh, very nice and Fall Guys. Sounds like a fun time. It's been like ages since I played the game. Did you fall a lot today? I'm actually pull up the chat here on my phone so I can scroll up a bit because there's been a lot of messages here. But yeah, we're just chilling out here with some Stronghold menu music before we get started and carry on with the historical order run here. We're currently in the year 1150. And yeah, we're going to Jerusalem next, as the title implies. Yeah, currently we're jumping back and forth between different games. We're currently playing Stronghold 1 and Stronghold Crusader. They're both real-time strategy, kind of like economy and warfare games set in the medieval times from the early 2000s. So probably not something that you would see like super often on Twitch or my channel. But I really like it. It's like one of my childhood games that I used to play. And yeah, I still come back to it every now and then. And they do a good job, I think, with the historical fiction here, like displaying it on, you know, the real-time strategy kind of like aspect. And yeah, we're of course approaching the year 1191, coming up quite soon, which is the year that AC1 is set in. Which means once that happens, we're kind of like jumping back and forth between, you know, even more games, depending on the year that the games take place in. Just as kind of like a bit of an introduction here to what we're doing with the games that we're playing. Oh, whoops. That didn't go together. Okay, let me catch up with chat here. Aura Necrotic Mage doesn't raise that, unfortunately, but you can drain life from enemies to refuel your health. That's fair. I thought it might does, because in other games we tend to like have a connection to the dead in some ways. But I mean, draining life sounds good too. I think the traders would really leaned on the previous game context to sell it, you know. So if you didn't have that, then it wouldn't be as exciting to watch. Fair enough. Yeah, I was like completely unbiased, really. Never played any Dragon Age before. And yeah, only saw it from that perspective. Cool people? You? No way. Hello, Burger Kingy. Welcome in. Thank you also for joining with a raid. And yeah, Stronghold is going good. We haven't really done anything today yet. We've just been, you know, chatting for the past half an hour. But the playthroughs overall have been, you know, quite fun. I played these games before several times. So it's more like a show game for me usually. But sometimes things can get quite hectic. For example, when enemies are attacking and you have like fires breaking out at the same time. So yeah, there's also been some challenging moments for sure. And I'm by no means like a real-time strategy expert. It's like a genre I don't really play very often, to be honest. And I tend to get easily overwhelmed when there's like too many things to handle at the same time. Like, you know, resources or like lots of troops and stuff. So yeah, I think Stronghold still has like a good kind of like base level of things you have to handle at the same time, where it isn't quite as overwhelming as it might be in other games. Or are you the elder sister of 3 kids? Your brother is the only decent one? That's definitely fair. So another eldest and elder. We did some co-op Fall Guys. Very nice, Kisu. That sounds lots of fun. I remember playing it with Maxi, I think. I'm not sure if Ketchup was also in it at some point. I know they did like a community day at some point. It might have been like when Maxi was celebrating something. But yeah, that was lots of fun. I haven't really played lots of Fall Guys, but you know, playing it in a party was really entertaining. You felt so much your brain was not functioning today. I know how that feels like, Kisu. Especially when you have to, like, you know, do streaming and playing at the same time in a game like this. Like, you might be reading chat and, like, trying to concentrate at the game, on the game at the same time as well. Thanks, Kisu. I've been really enjoying this historical order run, I have to say. Kinda like playing games independent from the series in historical order. I mean, I was always like very interested in history, of course. Otherwise I wouldn't have done this. But it's been a good way to like learn more about it and also to connect some events maybe together. Also understand certain settings better if you know like maybe what's happened before at the same place. But yeah, it's also definitely apparent like playing games like this that they're still very much niche games sometimes. It's still a predominantly kind of like a strategy focused genre, I feel. Like historical games. But there's of course been like a surplus of those games coming in. I mean, Assassin's Creed of course being at the forefront of like, you know, story-based historical games, but with games like Ghost of Tsushima and Plague Tale, Hellblade and stuff, you have some really good AAA feeling titles that focus on more narrative storytelling in historical context. It seems like it's definitely something that could become more popular again, or where we have like more variety, I guess, in different settings at some point. For example, like finding a game that I was actually actively interested in playing set in the late classical, before the start of medieval times, you know, kind of like the breaking point where the medieval times, I guess, officially start. Like, there's barely anything in that time frame. It isn't like covering like a, you know, very broad spectrum of years. The Dragon Age universe raising the dead is a huge taboo, except in one country, so nobody does it. Or maybe they should make a game that is set in that particular country then. Maybe then I will be playing Dragon Age. Alright, so this is gonna be the last mission of the Call to Arms campaign here. And that's also mission number 5. Set in 1150. Jerusalem, the final assault.
Unable to break down Achar's defenses, the Crusaders march onwards to Jerusalem. The initial assault proved fruitless due to the lack of siege engines. The nearest forest is over 20 miles away, so the final attack is delayed for weeks.
Now the siege towers are ready, lead the main assault against the north wall. Word has come in of a massive Egyptian army marching to relieve Jerusalem, so the main fortress must be captured as quickly as possible.
Massive Egyptian army, huh?
Game paused.
Maybe Reda is part of him. Okay, so they have primarily like flamethrowers. Yeah, they have like spears on fire pretty much, I think, that they throw. And it seems like the point down here is kind of exposed. Could actually try to sneak around. Try to make a way through there. Not sure if you can get past it, if it's like directly built on the edge of the map or not. I guess it would be too tricky to find out. But yeah, we have siege towers here, we have lots of archers. Guess you could just get the siege towers here, get the spearmen to just rush the wards. And then we can send the knights to finish the job. Now the thing is, if the spear guys actually start throwing stuff into the town here, then things gonna burn quickly. You know, likely the entire town is just gonna, like Jerusalem is just gonna burn. And our knights with it. So I might have to clear out these flamethrowers before we get inside. I hope the Egyptian army has good precision. They need the highest of precision, that's for sure. Towers? Towers? Indeed.
Game running.
Okay, let's have the game speed a bit because it was still quite high from last time.
Ready, sir.
Instructions. Moving off.
Tower ready, sir.
We salute you. We stand ready. Forward! We await orders. We are on our way.
You can count on us. Where are we going? We're leaving now.
Yes. My lord. For valor! Archers, ready.
Always ready. Off we go.
Tower ready, sir.
What'll it be?
Yes, my lordship.
We're leaving now. Tell us what to do. Off we go. You can count on us.
Yes, my lordship. How can we help?
How's that tower like inside?
My boys,
Commander, sire. This armor's heavy.
Where are we going?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Ready.
What'll it be? We're leaving now. Tell us what to do.
Instructions. Leaving now. We await
I
orders.
live to serve you. This armor's heavy.
Yes. Moving up. We are on our way. Archers, ready. You have something in mind? We shall dispatch them.
Alright, archers, get up here. Use the height advantage now. Jesus, people are just dying to fire here.
Your command
It's fine.
to glory.
Lord,
We salute you. We stand ready.
instructions.
My lord. Forward!
Alright guys, do it. Let's increase the game speed here a bit.
You can count on us. Off we go. Yes, my lordship.
Commander, sire! For valor!
Alright, we almost have it. Let us hope the city doesn't burn now.
Swordsman! Attack! To
Just
glory!
go through here.
For valor! To glory! Forward! For valor! To glory!
Come on, get him.
Run them through! We have
Okay.
captured the castle, my lord.
We got it. Wait, that was the entire mission? I thought we had to take it over and then, you know, defend it.
The city is secured before the Egyptian reinforcements have a chance to interfere. With Jerusalem taken, this crusade becomes the first and only crusade to succeed in the goal it set out to achieve. The Holy City remains in European hands for 88 years.
Well then. Guess we did it. We had higher precision than they did. That guy really said, we're on our way. It's so funny every time. We're on our way. Towers of Doom. Would love to be a voice actor of these death screams. Sounds so fun. Yeah, especially for the ones being on fire. Imagine preparing for that. So death is fun. I mean, in voice acting, definitely. Thanks for GG's Oliver and Aura. What year did this game came out? Don't let me lie. Let me have a look. So this came out 2002. So it's now 22 years old. And I think Stronghold 1 was either 2000 or 2001. Yeah, 2001. The Holy City is ours. Yeah, we've taken it over. I kind of thought I had to defend it, but maybe that still comes up in one of the next missions here. But yeah, I mean, that's the end to the Call to Arms mission, which was about following Europe's main army along its route of the First Crusade and learn the ways of the desert. Yeah, then the second campaign is gonna focus on the Arabian perspective. So we're gonna focus on driving the Crusaders out of Palestine with the Saladin's Arabian army. But we won't be starting that campaign until we play the next Stronghold 1 mission. Of course, according to the timeline that you can also see there in the Mubot text message. The next year will be 1159 and will be the Stronghold mission First Blood. So yeah, we're gonna be switching back to Stronghold 1 here. Just gonna rename the title and everything. Right. For one man's lifetime, or since people mostly didn't live that long back then maybe 2 lifetimes. Yeah, definitely dependent, right? Like the average lifetime span or expectation was quite low. But if I'm not mistaken, that was also partially due to, you know, sickness being, you know, of course, like difficult to cure sometimes, but also due to lots of like child deaths. I mean, many childs didn't even make it into the teens, right? No Saladin yet? Not yet, but very soon. Your dog is mad at you because you're sitting in his spot on the couch. But if you get up, he will be mad about it too. Yeah, I know how that's like. When I'm sitting on my with my dog on the couch, you know, it can be the same thing. Especially funny when she like wants to cuddle in a way, like she wants to get really close to get my warmth. But then she's also complaining at the same time about like wanting to have more space. It's like, dude, that's like the whole other half of the couch. Just extend your legs and go slightly in that direction. And yeah, I mean, if it's a big dog, then it might be even worse. I mean, Nalu is pretty small, but she's quite long, so she still takes over a decent amount of space when she really like stretches herself out. I mean, she's pretty much as large, like as long as like a medium-sized dog, pretty much. Even though she's a small dog. But yeah, dachshunds be like. He wants the cutter, but also wants office space. Yeah, exactly. Ah, really, Oliver? Man, I'm so sorry to hear. Unfortunately, I know how that's like. Our family dog, she also died to cancer. At least, you know, that's been the reason she had to die at the end. Really sorry to hear, Oliver. That's always hard when, you know, to see like a lot of pets go like that, and when, you know, they're like in pain as well. Your dog's an old man and you don't expect him to see next winter, to be honest. Understandable, yeah. Yeah, sometimes you never know, you know, like when our dog got the diagnosis like cancer and stuff, the doctors were giving her like 2 months or something, max. And then she like really had like lots of ups and downs, you know, like she definitely lived much longer than that. In fact, I think she lived another like almost a year, I think. But yeah, there were definitely phases, you know, where you knew she was like doing better than other days. And on those days, we were definitely thinking about, you know, how she might be feeling overall. So that's like a very tough position. Especially maybe when you make the decision, you know, to like help the dog, I guess. And all of a sudden, you know, they're like, oh yeah, I'm super playful and, you know, things are not so bad. You don't want another dog for a long time, no? You have plenty of cats at your parents' house. Fair enough. And I mean, not every dog can get along with a cat too. I really wonder how my dog would react to like a cat in our apartment, because she's like super reactive to cats. Like when we're outside, you know, she basically wants to chase them pretty much. And I guess it's because she never really met like a cat in like a, you know, friendly, kind of like more controlled environment. So yeah, getting a cat might even be not a possibility for us as long as we have her. Gonna have to see. Like my brother recently got 2 young cats, so we might see how she might react there. Which you can maybe like sniff them, you know, a bit further before like actually meeting them and stuff. Like just having them smell around and stuff. But yeah, I mean, having lots of cats is also nice. I love cats. Always used to have a cat too. Like growing up. He's not sick beside his old man kidneys, but he's slowing down a lot. And every time he's a little sick, we expect it to be it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in that age, in that condition, you know, can be difficult to overcome, like, sickness after sickness sometimes. But as long, you know, as he's feeling comfortable and, you know, he's all the space on the couch, that's the most important thing, isn't it? Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, she's definitely a hunting dog. She's like super aware of her environment all the time. Like, she's also definitely, you know, sometimes maybe a bit anxious of, I mean, it's like both awareness and anxious sometimes. Because she did grow up in like a huge metropolis of a city and she just couldn't deal with it. You know, with like all the, like sounds and noises and people everywhere. So whenever she hears like something out of the ordinary, she's like always on alert. And that always goes also for cats and like, you know, other animals. I did get her to actually be quite calm around how they're caught. Let me actually translate that real quick. I had shocks. I was kind of like only remembering the German word, which is eagle. But yeah, she was quite reactive on hedgehogs. Because we have quite a few around here sometimes. Like in fall and spring. But now she's like quite calm around them. But yeah, with cats I didn't quite get to manage that. Because of hedgehogs, at least, you know, they don't run away. They're just gonna like basically curl up and just stay where they are until like the danger is past. So it gives us time to kind of like just like check them out, right, and like have a watch. So like the doggo can see like, okay, everything is sure, there's no danger, you know. But cats would just run away, and that just triggers that kind of hunting instinct, I think, even further. You still got a good quality of life, and your vet is the best. So when it's time, but not yet. Exactly. Gotta cherish and enjoy those moments. Where is Schatzli? Wo ist Schatzli? I guess there was only 2 words of German there for you. Wo ist? Hello, Vikislek, welcome in. And how's it going? Hope you have a nice weekend. The white hedgehogs? Yeah, plenty of them actually. And I mean, I still live in a city. But yeah, there's quite a lot of them. I mean, right now, of course, they're probably sleeping. But yeah, in the warmer months, you can definitely find them, especially like in the evening times. That's when we usually come out and, you know, check out like new places and food and stuff. But yeah, they're super cute in show. But either way, let's go ahead and switch over here to Stronghold 1. For the next mission.